the type of girls that he wanted. He was inquiring that he needed white girls with, big butts and, big breasts, and girls that can squirt to the ceiling.
Alrighty guys, Kentucky pulls off a nice win against Alabama, stopping Kentucky's 4-game losing streak. Really liked what Kentucky did this game with Green and Alexander. Looked very nice. We had a little bit more of an inside presence this game. It's a good win. I think Kentucky's ranked 27 right now in the top 25. Outside the top 25, they're like 27. And the others receiving votes, I think we're projected to be a 9 seed right now. Maybe an 8 seed, something like that. And, it is what it is, people. Just glad we won the game against Alabama. Whew. I mean, it's just, you just never know what to expect with this team. It truly has been a year to remember with Kentucky basketball. And of course, as we know, people, we've seen it before. We will see it again, maybe even this year. Teams going into the tournament playing well, teams that get hot towards the end of the season or in their conference tournament. You see it all the time. You see teams with like average records. Let's say Kentucky goes in with like 11 or 12 losses, or anybody that goes in, they'll win like 4 or 5 in a row in their conference tournament, or they'll win their like the last few games of the year, or last 4 or 5 games, and they go into the tournament. They got a streak going. They're red hot, and they just got everything clicking, and before you know it, they're in the Elite 8 or the Final 4. You see it happen all the time. We've seen it happen with UConn in the past, of course. And I'll tell you what, people, anything's possible, especially with the way it is this year. I think there's a few dominant teams like Virginia and Michigan State. I believe those are pretty much the 2 most dominant teams right now in basketball, in my opinion. And I do find it amazing, looking at the top 25, it just does not make any sense. Doesn't make any sense, whatever. North Carolina ranked number 10 with 7 losses. Exactly. How? How is that, people? How is that? I don't get it. But if you think about it, really, Kentucky 27 for their record is good also. So it's a watered down year for college basketball, I think. We will see in the tournament, though. It's too much guessing right now. But overall, people, Kentucky, we played well the last game. We got to get better on threes. It's just something we're going to have to do come tournament time. Knox is the key to Kentucky. He's going to have to play very well for us to be in the games and win. But now Kentucky has the Arkansas. It's a big road game for Kentucky because any game Kentucky plays on the road, when you're an average team or not a very good team like Kentucky, or just a good team, it's just hard to go win on the road. It does not really matter, about that. You got to be very good. We struggle on the road. It's common sense. We struggle on the road, as do most teams, really. That's where most of your losses will come from in a normal season, is the road. So we'll see, people. You like to get excited for a win. We beat a pretty decent Alabama team. Down the stretch we pulled away, got ourselves a nice win, made some good plays. And we got to do the same thing. We got to go on the road now and duplicate this. We got to keep our confidence up. We got some road games coming up. We can do it. We can get ourselves on a streak. We can get it turned around, people. We just got to believe in the team. I know a lot of people are down on Kentucky. That game against Alabama, that the crowd showed up. Not only it's not that it was a sellout. It was the crowd was very vocal. Really gave the team some extra energy. Hopefully they can carry this over on the road against Arkansas. Arkansas's always been a great home team. I've watched Arkansas play a couple of games this year. Hopefully we can go in there with Arkansas when they pull off a nice win. And I tell you what, people, we actually win this game against Arkansas. And some things happen in the top 25. We can win Arkansas and win the game Saturday, the next 2 games. We could actually be ranked next week if we can go in and win these 2 games coming up. We could actually be ranked. So that's something to think about right there. We're ranked 27 right now. We're right there on the bubble of being ranked. A couple more wins, Kentucky's people saying NIT, but we're pretty much guaranteed to get in the tournament unless we just flat out lose every game from here on out and then lose the first round of the SEC tournament. Like a disaster like that happens or something. But overall, people, let's just be proud of what Coach Cal's done for us over the years. Look back at what this team was when we had Billy Gillespie. Think back to that. I know a lot of fans have a hard time remembering how bad it actually was. Just think back to that. No chance of ever winning anything. Think about that. With Coach Cal, people, when he gets in the tournament, he's pretty much proven to take Kentucky to the Elite Eight or further. I mean, that's just the kind of coach he is. It seems like when tournament time comes, Coach Cal is a different coach. All these mistakes he makes in the regular season and everything, it seems like when he gets in the tournament, sure, he still made some big mistakes that probably cost us a few national championships probably, but the point is he always does well in the tournament. Seems like he always does well. So we got to stay confident, people. We got to stay positive. It's easy to get negative. We've lost a lot of games this year. I didn't think we'd lose this many games, I'll be honest. I was thinking 6 games, maybe 7. I probably picked us to lose 4 or 5 games in my prediction video for the year. I probably did pick something like that. But a disaster to me would have been to lose like 6, 7 games. I think that's the way I was looking at it. So we will see what happens, people. I'll pick Kentucky to, of course, win, as I always do. I want to see this team show up on this. I want to see this team show up on the road at Arkansas. I want to see what we can do. I want the confidence to carry over. I want to see us shoot threes better. I want to see Knox continue to dominate. I want to see Diallo play well. I know a lot of people cannot stand Diallo. He's such a great athlete. He makes stupidest plays in the world. But you see all the potential there. Alexander's playing better. We need Washington and Richards to continue to play better inside. Those guys are too big and too talented not to be able to do something inside. I'm tired of seeing Walt Richards blow dunks. You know, I'm tired of that. It's ridiculous. A guy that big misses a lob dunk. There's too much talent on this team, but it's very young talent, as I've said a million times. Green should start with Alexander at the 2 guard, Knox, Gabriel, Richards, or Washington, either one. Yeah, Gabriel, let's give Gabriel credit for playing better last game also. If we could just get it clicking, people. I mean, the talent is there. It's just a matter of getting it to mesh at the right time. Never know. You just never know. That's why you never give up on a Coach Cal team, because it's always a chance of something special happening in March. Every team strives for it. The national championship. It's a dream. It's what makes March Madness so special. We're almost there now, people. It's almost time, once again. I hope we can make it, and I hope we can do something special. I know a lot of people are saying, well, Kentucky, they can make that tournament, but 1 game and they're out, 2 games and they're out. And they may be right. But what if you get in the tournament and you do pretty well? You know, Coach Cal's proven it. Like I've said, he's proven tournament-tested coach. That's what Coach Cal is. He's just proven. You see it all the time with these legendary coaches. You see it. So we'll see what happens, people. I could talk about Kentucky basketball all day. It's the greatest college basketball program of all time. We are the blue blood of blue bloods. We are the greatest. And I'm proud to say it. I'm proud to be a Kentucky fan. Since I can remember, I have not missed a Kentucky game since 1991. I've either listened to it on the radio at work, you know, no matter what. Even when it was on the before the SEC network and all that, we'd have some games that would be on the radio or were delayed delayed games or anything, I've always, since '91, I've not missed a Kentucky basketball game. Always find a way to get there, listen to it or anything. It's just how it is. Looking back on it, it's hard to believe. But that's the first year I can remember watching every game was '91. I watched probably when I was younger before that. I can somewhat remember watching some games before that. But '91 is when I can really remember watching every game. And it's just carried over. Just carried over. I can remember when I was like 12, 13 years old and the game would be on TV. I know a lot of people still do this. A lot of people still do that. They'll listen to the game on the radio while it's watching it on TV. But I've not done that. So I've not done that in a long time. But I remember doing it when I was a teenager, probably 13, 14 years old. I would do that some, listen to the radio. And now the way the announcers are, you're better off just putting the game on mute, listening to some music while you watch the game, really. Because these announcers are unbelievable. The announcers believe they are the stars of the game. It's not that the players are the stars. They believe I'm the best ever. They believe I'm bigger than this game. It's just so odd, ESPN. And the hate for Kentucky is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Even when they had that switch where they had the NBA announcers do the Alabama game, you still can hear the hate from the ESPN crew. It's almost like they're trained when Kentucky's on, you know what to do. Because they know Kentucky is the biggest college basketball program out there is Kentucky, and they're going to get the ratings no matter what, and they know that. Doesn't really matter how they treat their fans or how they treat the Kentucky program. They know that Kentucky's it. Leading the league in attendance yet again, people. The greatest college basketball program of all time continues their quest for number 9. It's going to always be like that, people. Every game, every year, it's going to be quest for number 9, quest for number 10. No matter how many you win every year, the next year, it's the same thing. Anyway, that's enough of this, guys. I could just go on forever. Oh, man, it's a long video. How long has it been? I don't even know. But anyway, go Big Blue. Kentucky, they will beat Arkansas 75-71. There we go. I wish we could score 80 or 90 points. But there we go. That's my prediction. We'll see what happens. As always, go Big Blue. And I'll see you guys next time with another exciting Kentucky video. Later.